If you're hearing this, it means someone waited too late to listen. Some stories don't end with survival, some end with warnings. She didn't scream. That was the first thing the neighbors remembered later, not the sound of breaking glass, not the frantic footsteps, not even the muffled thud that followed. What stayed with them was the silence, a silence so heavy, so wrong, that it made the hair on their arms stand. Because Olivia had always been the kind of woman whose laughter filled the hallway like sunlight. She greeted everyone, remembered birthdays, carried extra keys for the old widow next door. She lived like a warm presence other people leaned toward. But on the night, everything changed. She ran down that same hallway with terror on her face, and she did not make a sound. Not one. Earlier that evening, the world had been normal, deceptively normal. The kind of normal that hides storms. Olivia had returned home with a bag of groceries pressed to her chest. Her hands trembled slightly as she unlocked the door, glancing over her shoulder out of habit. That habit didn't come from nowhere. It came from months of living with a man who changed like weather, unpredictable, explosive, and dark in ways she never imagined the night she fell in love with him. Michael had once been charming, attentive, the kind of man who listened with his whole face. He told her she was the only calm in his chaos, and she believed it. She didn't see the shadows behind his smile, not until she was already in too deep. Inside the apartment, the lights were off. Olivia's breath hitched. "Michael?" she whispered. Nothing. She set the groceries down slowly, quietly, listening. Footsteps, soft, dragging, coming from the living room. Her heart sank. He was home. She swallowed. "Michael, are you okay?" The footsteps stopped. Then his voice, low, thick, slurred around the edges. "Where were you?" The shape of him emerged from the dark, shoulders tense, chest rising with slow, dangerous breaths. Olivia could tell immediately. He had been drinking. When he was sober, he was unpredictable. When he was drunk, he was a storm. "I got groceries," she said gently, keeping her voice low, calm. "You said you wanted." "I said," he cut in, stepping closer, "don't stay out late. It's 6 p.m. That's late for you." Olivia tightened her hands around the grocery bag handles. She knew where this was going, knew the pattern too well. His tone, the way his eyes darted, it was the beginning of one of those nights. She took a slow step back. "Why don't we talk in the morning? You're tired." "I'm tired?" He let out a dry, humorless chuckle. His hand shot out suddenly, knocking the groceries off the table. Apples rolled across the floor. Glass jars shattered. Olivia flinched. "You can walk away during an argument?" he hissed. "We weren't arguing," she whispered. "Oh, but we are now." That was when Olivia made her first mistake. She tried to walk past him toward the door. He blocked her path instantly, his face close enough she felt the heat of his breath. His jaw twitched, his eyes were bloodshot. "Where do you think you're going?" "I just want space," she whispered. "You think you can leave me like everyone else? You think you can embarrass me? I'm not." But he grabbed her wrist before she finished, squeezing just hard enough to send pins of pain shooting up her arm. She gasped softly, and that tiny gasp made his expression darken. He dragged her toward the living room, voice low and trembling. "You don't get to leave, not after everything I've done for you." Done to her, she wanted to correct, but she stayed silent. Silence had kept her alive more than once. He paced back and forth in front of her, agitated, spiraling. "You talked to someone today. I know it. I feel it." She blinked in disbelief. "Michael, I went to buy groceries." He ignored her. His breathing grew harder, faster. "You're cheating, aren't you?" "No, Michael, no." The room felt smaller. The walls felt closer. Her chest tightened. This wasn't the first time he accused her of imaginary sins, but tonight, something in his voice was different. Something final. Olivia stood slowly, carefully. "I think you need to sit down. Just sit and—" He stepped forward abruptly, and she instinctively stepped back. And that single movement lit something in him. His voice dropped to a chilling whisper. "You're scared of me." She froze. He smiled, a slow, twisted smile that didn't reach his eyes. Good. That was when she knew she wasn't safe. Not anymore. Not tonight. Not if she stayed. She waited until he turned away for a moment, then she moved toward the door. Quiet, steady, controlled. She had practiced this in her mind 100 times. She reached the door handle, clicked it open. But before she could slip out, Michael appeared behind her, fast, like a shadow. "Leaving, Olivia?" Her heart stopped. He grabbed her arm, harder this time. She tried to pull away, but he held her like steel. "Please," she whispered, "please stop." That word, please, set him off like a spark in gasoline. His voice cracked with fury. "You don't get to leave. You don't walk away from me." She twisted her arm, trying to free herself. He tightened his grip. The struggle knocked into a side table. A lamp crashed. The light flickered. "Michael, stop. You're hurting me." But he was past listening, past reason, past love. And Olivia did the only thing her body screamed at her to do. She ran. Barefoot, into the hallway, heart pounding, breath shaking. She ran. Michael's voice thundered behind her. "You think you can escape, Olivia?" She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She didn't look back. She sprinted toward the stairwell, fumbling with the handle, her hands shaking violently. The door wouldn't open at first. Her fingers slipped. She tried again. Then a hand grabbed her from behind. A muffled struggle followed. Short, sharp, desperate. Then silence. A silence so deep the air itself felt frightened. Hours passed before anyone noticed something was wrong. It was Mrs. Hartley, the elderly widow who lived across the hall, who first felt uneasy. She knew Olivia's footsteps, light, quick, kind. But the hallway tonight felt different, colder, and Olivia's door was open a crack. Mrs. Hartley knocked gently. "Olivia, dear? Are you all right?" No answer. She pushed the door open. Her hand flew to her mouth. Groceries scattered, lamps broken, furniture overturned, a phone lying shattered on the floor. And then she saw. She screamed. Police arrived within minutes. Neighbors filled the hallway, shaken, whispering Olivia's name as officers moved in and out of the apartment. It didn't take long to piece together what happened, but the ending was already written, already irreversible, already devastating. Olivia never made it down the stairs. She never made it outside. She never made it to safety. Her life ended the moment she ran for it. And Michael, he was gone. Just gone. By the time officers located him 2 states away, Olivia's story had already spread through the apartment building like wildfire. Shock, horror, grief, rage. Everyone repeated the same sentence. "We thought she was fine. We didn't know." They never know. That's the cruel truth about domestic violence. It doesn't always look like bruises. Sometimes it looks like long sleeves in summer. Sometimes it looks like canceled plans. Sometimes it looks like, "I'm fine." Sometimes it looks like silence. Olivia's mother later said she had called her daughter that very evening. Olivia didn't pick up. She always called back, her mother wept. Always. Her best friend said Olivia had been distancing herself for months. "I thought she needed space," she whispered. "I didn't know she needed help." Everyone had a puzzle piece, but no one had the full picture until it was too late. Her funeral was small, quiet, filled with sunflowers, her favorite. People cried. People blamed themselves. People wondered why she never said anything. But Olivia did say something, just not with words. She said something every time she flinched, every time she smiled too quickly, every time she pretended everything was okay, every time she stayed silent. Silence is a language, a desperate, terrified language, and too many people die speaking it. Hours after the funeral, a neighbor placed a white candle by Olivia's door. 1 candle became 5, then 10, then 20. A hallway filled with light for a woman who died trying to reach it. At the memorial, Olivia's sister spoke in a trembling voice. "If you love someone who scares you, that is not love. If you're praying they don't get angry today, that is not love. If you're afraid to leave, please, leave anyway. Don't wait until your family is lighting candles in your memory." And that became Olivia's legacy. Not the way she died, but the message her life left behind. A message every viewer of this story needs to hear. If someone controls you, threatens you, isolates you, or makes you afraid, leave. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because not everyone gets a second chance. Olivia didn't, but you can. And if you know someone who might be in danger, don't assume they're fine. Don't assume they'll ask for help. Don't assume they'll survive it. Check on them. Real love doesn't hurt. Real love doesn't trap. Real love doesn't kill. If love feels like fear, it's not love. Thank you for watching this story. If Olivia's story touched your heart, please like this video so it reaches more people who might need this message tonight. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice may save someone silently suffering. And for more powerful real-life stories and awareness-driven narrations, subscribe to the channel.